An old tape was discovered and located in a deceased Nickelodeon Studios executive's personal storage unit. The tape's contents contained some of the Nickelodeon network's broadcasting during July 3rd, 2003. The tape had written on it the numerical date and a sticker stating to not watch or distribute. The tape was looked over by authorities, and the contents were recorded and transcribed below. The tape's contents seem fairly normal at first. It starts off with the last 3 minutes of the episode, Survival of the Idiots, from the popular animated series Spongebob SquarePants. After the episode ends, though, an assortment of commercials plays. In the next episode, Dumped begins. The contents of the episode Dumped are quite ordinary as well, but momentary stutters in animation and voice acting are noticeable. One example is during the scene where SpongeBob lets Gary sleep over at Patrick's for the night, and Patrick starts listing off various activities that they can do. Eventually, Patrick's list devolves into just saying blah 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 over and over. And during the bubble transition screen, Patrick's voice clip repeats a few times in a manner similar to that of a regular glitch. The rest of the episode plays out is standard for every other airing of the episode. That is until the scene where Patrick and Gary come over to SpongeBob's house to do laundry. It starts when SpongeBob holds up the 2 types of laundry detergent and starts tearing up. But just when SpongeBob's about to cry, the screen stops. And the first bit of SpongeBob's crying repeats a few times. This is where the whole scene goes silent. SpongeBob is just staring at the screen, detergents in hand, face in a frown. The background grows darker. SpongeBob's face starts to contort into a pained grimace, his eyes squinting, his teeth start showing. Soft piano music starts to play in the background, progressively growing louder. SpongeBob then starts trembling, and he drops the laundry detergents onto the floor. His hands come to his front, shaking, his face showing an expression of pure anguish. The daytime drama piano track from the title screen starts playing, and it comes to a crescendo as SpongeBob's hands touch his eyes. And he starts sobbing into them. He falls to the floor on his knees. After about 10 to 15 seconds of SpongeBob sobbing, the audio and video jam. The frame shows SpongeBob still kneeling on the floor, sobbing. A few sporadic frames show photos of SpongeBob and Gary. The scene then changes to SpongeBob staring at the screen again, the background black and blank. He's frowning and in the same position he was at the start of the scene. The audio is silent, except for a low buzzing. This stays on the screen for around 10 seconds. And for the last second or so, SpongeBob's mouth disappears. The screen then goes black. A technical difficulty screen pops up, and it stays on for approximately 2 minutes. After this, commercials start airing, and a promo for the Wild Thornberrys plays. This is where the tape ends. Nickelodeon executives were contacted, and they did not have any record of any sort of broadcast that contained such contents. Local television stations were also contacted, and much to the same, nothing of worth was obtained. The deceased executive's family were also contacted, but they refused to give any information, as the deceased had no prior criminal or work offenses. It is still unknown if this was a broadcast intrusion or not, who created the tape, or even if the deceased had any knowledge or any contribution to the broadcast.